Recently, I have been receiving questions as to why California has had a dramatic reduction in the number of acres burned and structures destroyed in 2022. Much of our success can be contributed to the historic investments in fire protection and fuels reduction efforts, and the incredible work of firefighters across California, along with the cooperation of Mother Nature. This year, 362,000 acres have burned across the state, which is an 85% reduction compared to 2021, where 2.5 million acres were burned, and in 2020, where 4.3 million acres were burned. This success has resulted in a dramatic reduction in the number of structures destroyed as well. In 2022, 770 structures were destroyed, a 78% reduction compared to the previous year. I hope one day this number will be much lower, and our commitment to protecting California begins with fire prevention. In 2022, more than 151 suspected arsonists have been arrested due to the incredible work of CAL FIRE law enforcement officers and the community, who often provides valuable information that leads to these arrests. Since 2016, CAL FIRE law enforcement officers have arrested more than 700 suspected arsonists in California, and I'm confident that these arrests have saved countless communities, lives, and the state's natural resources. Another critical role in preventing fires and creating more resilient landscapes is fuels reduction, prescribed fire, and forest management. With the support of investments by the legislature and the governor, we have significantly increased our fuels reduction and forest management efforts since 2019. Through removing overgrown brush and other vegetation, prescribed fire operations in forests and grasslands, and growing healthy forests through forest thinning and other management projects, we've completed approximately 100,000 acres each fiscal year since 2019. And this work continues to produce real results towards the protection of California communities. We saw the benefits of these projects stop fires at the doorsteps of communities, moderate fire behavior in order to protect California's famed giant sequoias, and redirected large fires away from communities at risk. Forest management, prescribed fire, and fuels reduction activities are critical pieces to our fire prevention and mitigation toolbox. As part of this, we will continue supporting our many partners, continue delivering the millions of funding and resources to local communities and organizations across the state, and continue our role in helping lead this change. And while we have worked hard to maintain the pace and scale of fuels reduction, we have not lost sight of our focus on community readiness. This year, we established a new division within our department to assist local communities prepare for wildfires. The Community Wildfire Preparedness and Mitigation Division focuses on improving community preparedness, building construction, land use planning, and fire prevention. All of this in an effort to reduce the severity and damage caused by wildfires across the state. This year, the team also assisted in setting a new national record with the recognition of the 600th Firewise USA community in California. Our wildfire prevention grant program has also continued to be very successful in supporting local efforts by awarding nearly $118 million in funding for 144 local wildfire prevention projects across the state. These local projects are a critical component of our wildfire strategy to prepare properties and communities against the devastating impacts of wildfire. Our work to prepare communities include defensible space inspections. Last year, we exceeded our goal by performing nearly 290,000 home inspections. These educational site visits give us an opportunity to meet with residents and discuss the importance of clearing dead and dying vegetation around their home. This work by Californians pays off, as our firefighters have seen fire after fire this year, that homes with good defensible space paired with home hardening have had a significantly higher chance of surviving a wildfire. As we are experiencing notable successes in fire prevention, we recognize fires will continue to ignite. Enhancements in our response capability will continue as well. In 2022, CAL FIRE's new S-70A Firehawks were flying fires across California. These state-of-the-art aircraft provide quicker response times, carry more water, and are equipped with dual engines, which makes them safer for our firefighters. Additionally, this was the first year in CAL FIRE's 137-year history that our own helicopter fleet were capable of nighttime aerial firefighting operations, which proved to be valuable as well in many of the fires across the state in 2022. In addition to CAL FIRE's fleet of aircraft, 18 private helicopters and 6 private fixed-wing firefighting aircraft were hired and strategically located throughout the state to provide an even greater response capability. As the threat of fire activity changes throughout the state, the aircraft were pre-positioned in those areas to respond accordingly. In all, more than 80 aircraft were available to be dispatched across California. Never has California had the number of initial attack aircraft available to respond to fires in California's history. These firefighting aircraft delivered more than 9.2 million gallons of retardant and more than 13.9 million gallons of water on fires this year. And while aircraft are a critical resource, we would not be successful without the incredible firefighters on the ground and the state's world-renowned master mutual aid system. While I'm happy to highlight our successes, of course, we have to provide contributions to Mother Nature as well. In 2020, California experienced a lightning siege that resulted in 15,000 lightning strikes that burned more than 1.1 million acres. Our reports indicate approximately 84 fires and 440 acres caused by lightning occurred in 2022. Additionally, the lack of north winds in Northern California and Santa Ana winds in Southern California, along with earlier than normal precipitation, have reduced the potential for large and damaging fires in what is historically winter months across California. But for those living in California, we must remember it is a fire year and no longer just a fire season. I hope this provides you insight into CAL FIRE's efforts in keeping the communities across California safe. I also want to thank the women and men of CAL FIRE as well as the firefighters of the local, state, federal, and tribal organizations who work tirelessly to keep California safe.